Hi, hello, Dale. Dale Givens. Good afternoon
Good to
or
see you.
good evening to everybody. Thank you for being here with us. Okay, tonight we're going to have a very special guest, and we have a very special webinar slash class. Not sure how to call this because we are here to give you so much value tonight. And we actually have an hour ahead of us full of value, surprises, a lot of really great things. And this webinar tonight is called How to Double Your Sales During the Crisis. So I would like to introduce myself real quick. My name is Katja Hansel. I'm a business coach and I'm a behavior profiler and also trainer. And we have Dale Givens with us tonight. And thank you so much. Dale is connecting from the US. And he's a strategist, business strategist, and advisor, and the CEO of Seven Figure Business Academy. And you're going to tell us all about this in just a minute. So I want to thank everyone who's connecting tonight. And thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time. We're going to make it worth your while. Okay, over to you, Dale.
Sure. Thanks, Katya. I really appreciate that. I'm excited about, talking to and sharing with a lot of folks in Europe. The one of the very positive things about all the craziness over the last 9 months or so is the world's gotten a lot smaller, and I have more friends in more countries now than I've ever had. So
Woo!
I still brag about my friend in Rome.
Well, that's
So,
great. Thank you.
yeah.
Okay, so do you want to tell us a little bit about the Seven Figure Business Academy? And then I will kind of outline what we're going to do within the next hour.
Yeah, sure. The Seven Figure Business Academy was born out of really the experience I've had building three different seven-figure businesses over the last several years, and doing a lot of coaching and consulting alongside that, in parallel to that. Business owners reaching out and really confiding in me and just asking, what am I doing wrong? How do I handle this problem? And I was very fulfilled by being able to help them, and decided that was really for this season of my life, for sure, where I wanted to invest my time. So I'm very excited about being here and sharing with your audience today.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. And I'm very excited too that you're here. We met and we've been collaborating for a few months now, and very excited. So thank you. I would like to tell you a little bit more about what we're going to do within the next hour. So we have 5 topics basically. The first one is a proven and tested formula to double your sales. And that's the magic tool that Dale has brought to us, that he's bringing to us today. And then how to generate leads and increase the number of customers. Then the secrets of marketing that will position your business in the league all on its own. Number 4 is the right strategies and the right order that allow you to increase your annual revenue. And number 5 is common mistakes when creating a marketing strategy for your business. So I hand it over to you now, Dale. So we are ready to roll. One thing to all of you, please stay with us until the end, because we have so much to give, and there are a lot of really fantastic bonuses at the very end. So stay with us and enjoy.
Yeah, semi fabulous prizes for those who stay to the end, for sure. And I'll share my screen here with you in just a second. I want to make sure too everyone understands that there is nothing sold here on this thing. This is not a selling webinar. It's an hour, 55 minutes that we have left for really giving as much as we possibly can in that period of time for you guys. And Katya, keep me honest on all those things you said I was going to do for you too, because I absolutely will do that. If I miss anything or you feel like I haven't fulfilled a promise in some way, let me know, and we'll make sure that happens. Okay?
No problem. Thank you so much. Okay, we're ready
Sure.
to roll.
All right, so here we go. Let's get right into it. What I'm going to be sharing here is a 5-part profit framework for increasing your sales, improving your profits, and essentially having more free time. And we've got 55 minutes to do it. We're going to be, as we say here in my part of the world, putting 5 gallons of water or 10 gallons of water in a 5-gallon bucket in a very short period of time. So I suppose we should say leaders maybe, huh? So who's this for? This is for any business owner really who's struggling to find, win, and keep clients, customers, members, patients, whatever you call the folks who exchange value in the form of currency, euros or dollars, for what you do for your superpower. And so if you want to increase your sales, improve your profits, and have more free time, we're going to be covering some things that'll help you do that today. This is for you. Time well invested, for sure. Again, nothing. If you've got a credit card within arm's reach, get it out of arm's reach. You're not going to need it. Put it back in your wallet or your purse. We don't accept that here today. Okay. So in the next 45 minutes, like I said, a 5-part profit framework. Here's what I want you to know. There is, in business, there is plenty of guesswork and there's plenty of hard work. But if you have the right framework, you can dramatically reduce the guesswork and the hard work that you're experiencing right now. And I'll share that with you as we go along. Now, underneath this 5-part framework, there are dozens of strategies that help make the framework work. We're going to cover 3 today because they're the lowest hanging fruit and they're going to produce the results, the most results, the fastest. You can take these, you won't be swiping them or stealing them because Katya and I are giving them to you, and you can implement them as soon as tomorrow. Okay. So what about the free gift? It really is free. And there's no catch here or anything like that. I'm going to hand you the keys to dozens more strategies. I'm also going to provide in those keys the strategies for details for how to implement what I'm going to share with you today. There's a whole lot more in there, no time to cover right now. One of the ways we're going to deliver that is through access to an e-learning academy, and Katya will tell you how at the end that you can get access to that for free. And that e-learning academy is for specifically for small businesses and how to implement these 3 strategies plus others. And there's a surprise bonus gift for decisive entrepreneurs at the end. And this is not decisive as in you decide to purchase something from us, because there is no purchase that you can make. We'll explain that at the end. Okay, my promise to you, again, not a veiled sales pitch here. I'm not going to leave anything out. We're going to put everything we can in the next 53 minutes. You're going to have the entire framework plus 3 actionable strategies that are going to help you get results right away. So let's dive right in, okay? And when I'm looking up, I actually have some other monitors I'm going to be sharing here in just a second. So I want to make sure those are prepared. So the 5-part profit framework, here it is. If you're taking notes, please write these 5 things down. The first part of the framework is more leads. The second part of the framework is more conversions. In other words, it's how good are you, how good is your system at turning those leads. Those are people that raise their hand from the masses out in the marketplace and say, hey, I think you might be able to help me, tell me more. How good are you at turning those people into new clients, customers, members, patients, again, whatever you call them. The third part of the framework is more transactions. How often do they actually exchange value? How often do they purchase from you in, say, a given period of time, like a year? The fourth part of the framework is higher prices, or the price that they pay. Value is always in the eye of the beholder of the currency. And really this exchange of value is I like to think of it as energy really between 2 people. You have a person on one side of the conversation that has a problem they want solved, and the other person, you in this case, has the superpowers to solve it, or the thing they want that they can't have right now because something's in their way. So understanding what that is and the value of that determines the price that they're willing to pay. The fifth one is more profit. So this is about becoming more efficient in your business so that you're not wasting the hard-earned money that you have coming in. Okay, so there's the 5-part profit framework. Now, I'll just say let's operationalize this and let's make this a little more tangible here and not theoretical. So one of the things that's really important about running a successful business is if you think about the term gamification, that's a term, at least here in the US, it's become popular over the last few years. Well, one of the parts of gamification is, number one, knowing what the game is, making sure the rules are clear, and then third is how's the game won, okay? Well, most games have a compelling scoreboard, and so you want to have a compelling scoreboard for your business, and let's call this framework now your new compelling scoreboard. Create a compelling scoreboard for it. So I'm going to stop this share. I'm going to share a new screen here, and let's look at how this scoreboard might work. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. Katya, give me a thumbs up if you can see that. Okay. All right, so here are this is the 5-part framework again, and we have more leads, more conversions, more transactions, higher prices, and then more profits. Okay. So, Katya, I'm going to, if you don't care, I'm going to put you on the spot here and ask you to be a typical business for me that we might be talking with. Katya, how many leads come into your business on an annual basis?
Oh. Are you using me? I think we should actually ask for a volunteer.
I like that.
Huh?
Let's go with a volunteer.
Okay, so we can have a volunteer. If anyone would, can you just send the link, please? Huh? Okay, and then who would like to volunteer? Can we have someone from the chat, from who's watching, who would like to volunteer, perhaps? And then we're going to give you the link. You need to log out and then log in again, so you can discuss this directly with Dale. Do we have anyone who would like to volunteer, please?
We're going to be doing a marketing makeover too after this. If we don't have any volunteers for this, that's okay. I'll walk through this, and we'll do this as if we had a business owner on the other end. However, I would encourage everybody to volunteer for the marketing message makeover we're about to do here in just a few minutes. Okay,
Okay, so
right,
here's the link. Who would like to participate? If you have a business and you would like to increase your sales, let's see the chat. Okay, could you type in your yes, I would like to be part of this? Any volunteers?
Okay, what I'm going to do, Katya, I'm going to keep going here. Okay. And I'll show you how the 5-part profit framework works. And when we get to the messaging makeover, maybe hopefully we have someone raise their hand and say, yeah, help me out with my messaging here, because that's something we're going to do here in just a second. So let's say that a business has 1,000 leads that come in every year. Okay. And they're able to convert 30% of those leads into new customers or members or patients. And every year that, those customers purchase, I'm being totally random here. So let's say it's 6 times a year. The average price, the transaction value is $500. And for more profits as a percent of total sales, let's say that their net profit percentage is 25%. That's pretty respectable. So we can look and see that from this business, the company is going.
We have a volunteer. I'm sorry to interrupt.
That's okay.
We have Radoje. Hi, are you connecting from Montenegro? Oh, we can't hear you. You're on mute.
You need to unmute your microphone.
Unmute your microphone. We can do this too.
Yes, I keep hearing the sound on I don't know why.
That's fine now.
No,
we can hear you.
Should be. We can hear you. Yeah. Okay. Hi. Can you pronounce your name? Radoje. Radoje. From Montenegro, you're connecting,
yes,
correct?
From Montenegro. I'm Italian Montenegro.
Well, now you're nations today.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Great. So can you briefly tell us what business you're in, please?
One of the businesses I wanted to discuss about is my IT, business to business. It's a SAS solution for technical support, enabling technical companies who have their hardware installed at the customer premises to peek, to have a look, and to see if there's something wrong, to be able to intervene in case of simple adjustments to be done.
Okay.
Okay. It's called Visual IT.
Okay, got it. So this is a software as a service, a SaaS product where a help desk might be able to monitor and diagnose remotely for their client.
Right, to see if there are like cables and unplugged or switches in the wrong position or things like that.
Okay, got it. Perfect. Okay, so would you like to go through this exercise then? The name is so small I can't see it on my screen, so I'm sorry.
Radoje.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, I'm practicing. Is that Italian?
No, it's Montenegrin actually.
Montenegrin. Okay. Wow. I am getting a full dose of culture today. I love it. Okay. So how many leads do you have coming in every year?
Now, it's a brand new thing, but I would, according to the previous months, it would be something like, since it's a really business to business, let's say not more than 150.
150. Okay, got it. And what about conversion rate? How, as a percentage, how many of those turn into new clients for you? You call them customers or clients?
Clients.
Okay.
Clients. Yes, it's something like. I need to evaluate because actually these data are not stably are not available on a stable basis. We have just started, but something like in percentage, 1 out of 30.
Okay.
That means how many would be that?
Yeah, so that's about let's say 4%.
4%, yes, not more than that. Definitely not more than that.
Sure. And how many times do they purchase in a year?
It's a recurring billing.
Okay.
So they need to purchase it every month. So once you establish the communication, that we go at least for a 1 year period.
Okay, got you. So let's call it 12. And how much do they pay on a monthly basis?
Well, on a monthly basis, it might vary from 5 to 45,000 euros.
Okay, so 5 to 45,000.
Yes.
Can we call it 15,000 to be somewhere in the middle?
Yes, I think it's something like that. Yes.
Okay, and as a percent of your total sales, top line revenue, do you know what your net operating profit is? Your net profit percentage?
Actually, no.
Okay.
I can only guess. No, it's not something that we bother to calculate yet.
Okay, gotcha. Can you give me a directionally correct estimate? Just a guess?
It should be high. It should be quite high since it's an SAS. So I guess more than 60%.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's do 60 right here. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of cost of goods for that. And let's multiply our profits here. So according to this, you'd be on this type of business, you'd be netting about 648,000 on that.
Yeah, in case I get all the customers at the end of the year. Yeah,
you get the customers. So this is great. So what we see here, all right, if you look at the framework, all 5 of these areas, if we were to increase just 10% in these 5 areas, now you're netting $1 million instead of 648,000. Okay, that's 300.
Even 648 sounds promising right now.
That sounds promising,
anyway,
right?
Let's see what will happen. Let's stay tuned. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Well, let's work on that. Let's make sure that you can move toward this 648.
Okay.
Here's the point. This is the critical part that I want everyone watching to see. What you're doing here is you're looking at 5 of the most important things you can look at in your business to see how it's performing. And the struggle and the grappling with this is very healthy. It's very good. It's very good when you go through this and you're saying, man, I just don't know. I'm not sure. Well, we think it's about this. I don't know what the net profit percentage is. I just don't know that. That's okay. It's okay you don't know that. what is important is now you see this is the scoreboard to create for your business. This is the framework that you want to be looking through to make sure that your business is on the right track. So the first thing to do here is, okay, what do we have to do to make sure you're moving toward that 648? The other is once you get that, you can start to incrementally improve it to $1 million. And then here, if you were to increase 50% the numbers that you gave me earlier, now you're at 4.7 million. Okay. So anytime a business ever comes to me and says, man, I'm struggling, I just don't know what's going on, this is the litmus test. It almost always is the litmus test. Okay. All right, let's do this. Let's keep moving and let's work on 3 strategies that that I can share with you here in the short time that we have, where you can begin to make these numbers a reality for you. Okay, stay with me, and I'll share a different screen. Hopefully you can see what we were looking at before. Thumbs up, Katya, if we're back to the 5-part profit framework. Yep. Okay,
here we go.
All right, perfect. Yeah. So here's the framework again. We just walked through it. Okay. Now let's look at more leads here, because what most small business owners want is they want more leads, they want more sales, and they want more free time. Let's start with more leads. Let's start with the first strategy for accomplishing that. Okay. All right. If I were to ask you, and I am so sorry I'm struggling with your name, but it is a very unique name for me.
Yes, it's Radoje. Actually, yes, Katya, you're right.
Can you spell it for me?
Radoje.
Can you spell it for me?
R-A, well, if I spell it, it's going to be really, it's going to be a mess, because R-A-D-O-J-E. But that J is pronounced as Y.
Okay. Radoje.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Radoje, right.
I love that.
Okay.
That's awesome. Okay, so Radoje, if I were to ask you, now related to this business, okay, you and I met online here today, or we met out, you know, when someday we can actually get out and get within 6 feet of people again, which will be nice. If I were to ask you, so Radoje, tell me, what do you do? How do you answer that question?
What do I do with my company? What business?
Yeah, what is your
I am
business?
In?
Yeah, what does your business do? What do you do with your business?
I like to imagine it as a consulting, not as a selling goods or services, but more as a consulting, helping companies to improve their technical support and customer satisfaction. That's
good.
how I frame it.
Okay, improve customer support
and satisfaction.
Right? And satisfaction. Okay, good. All right, perfect. Okay, I help companies improve customer support and satisfaction. Let's keep going here. Stick with me, Radoje, because we're gonna add a lot of secret special sauce to that, so that people are going to lean into you and say, "Wait a minute, what did you just say? We need to be talking." Okay. Right now, the message you have is, "Oh, that's cool," but that's not an answer that rings the cash register. You want folks to go, "Wait, what did you just say? Do you have a card? Can we connect on LinkedIn?" Okay.
Yeah.
Can I walk with you to the car? You know, sometimes people get kind of creepy about this, but if you do it right. Okay. So what do? How you answer this question, Radoje, and everyone listening, is really going to determine whether you succeed or fail in business. It is the foundation for everything. All right, everything, and it's exceedingly easy to look over this. Most people don't really care what you do. They don't really care that you improve customer support and satisfaction necessarily. Okay. They certainly don't care that you own a software as a service company. What they want to know is, what can you do for me? What do I have to do? How long is it going to take? How much is it going to cost? That's what they want to know. And we all have this altruistic part of us where we want to make the world a better place, but subconsciously, this is what we're filtering for. And so we want to answer those questions that are being asked subconsciously. So you have to enter the conversation that's taking place and going on in the mind of your ideal prospect. Okay. And another way to look at this is, again, be able to address the number one questions that your prospect have in their mind right at the moment. Okay. Two major points. There's a problem that they have that they don't want, and there's some result that they want but they don't have. Okay. So your answer should look like this. I help blank to blank by blank without blank. Here's what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
I help your ideal client, problem your ideal client has, how you do it, and number 4 is the pain that they want to avoid while getting it. Okay, so Radoya, let's work on this for a second. All right.
Of course.
May I actually, before you go on, I would like everyone who's listening to really write this down. This is I think this is the most magical formula there is for any entrepreneur. So thank you.
Thank you, Katja. Super important. If you're going to take notes ever in any webinar, I'm just telling you what Katja said is true. Write this one down. It's going to change everything. Okay. Yeah. So Radoya,
okay.
Who's your ideal client? You said companies.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Ideally, it's a telecom company, telecommunication, okay. TLC.
I help telecom companies.
Yes.
Right?
To save money.
Save money. Okay. And how do you do that?
By avoiding them to send technical stuff physically to the client's home or premises.
Let's unpack that a little bit. What do you mean by sending technical stuff?
Yeah, because normally if a client has a technical problem, I'm supposed to try to solve it from the technical support from my headquarters. If it's not possible, I need to send someone on to premises to check what's going on. Okay, and in percentages, something like 30% out of all complaint tickets that are require sending personnel. It depends very much on the technology, but 20 to 30% of the times I need to send somebody to the client to check what's going on. And what I can do is to maybe half that percentage. It's a huge number. In case, let's imagine that, for instance, in Belgrade, which is not a 2 million city, they have like 7,000 people sent 7,000 complaints every day. So 3,000 people receive every day or asked to receive every day people on their home to check their technical problems. Mm-hmm. So that's huge because the cost of each of these visits is 10 euros, 15, 20 euros for the company. So mm-hmm. It's a huge amount of money.
Okay, got it. All right. So I think you're gonna like that, how this turns out. So what is the pain that your client experiences by sending when a technician has to go on site? What is so inconvenient and painful about that? Certainly there's the cost. What else?
One, then the times and the traffic.
Wasting time?
Yes, it's wasting a lot of time to the technical personnel because especially in big cities, there's a huge queue at the end of the day of people waiting for the technicians to visit them. And then there's this COVID situation, which is also very important because it's dangerous to enter the home of the people. They are anxious to receive people from outside, and even the technicians are anxious to enter the home. So that there's a mixture of things in this case.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Here's what I have so far. You ready?
Yeah.
I help telecom companies save money by eliminating the expense of sending a technician on site and wasting precious time.
Yeah.
Now, where we were before is I help companies improve customer support and satisfaction.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. Yeah. That's
Now you see how this is evolving?
much more straightforward.
Much more straightforward.
Yeah.
You're talking now about who your ideal client is exactly. You're talking about the problem that you solve, how you solve it. The one thing that we could work on here, and we're going to move on, but we'll work on this together if you'd like, Radolia, after the webinar. Kachi can set something up. But we also want to press on the pain that they're going to avoid while you're doing your magic. Okay?
While I'm doing my?
Yeah, while you're doing your magic, while your software is doing its remote magic. Okay? Are you with me?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so we went from I help companies improve customer support and satisfaction to I help telecom companies save money by eliminating the expense of sending a technician on site and wasting precious time. Okay,
right.
We can improve on that. We'll do that outside of this webinar. Is that okay?
Of course. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
We'll make sure you get this too, so that you can start to use it. Because I'm really looking forward to hearing about the results you get by sharing this. So
that million or 4 million, which one of them?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Your new message. Okay.
Yeah.
It's your new message that we are talking about here. Okay. Now, let's continue on here. We are on this. Okay. Here's some more examples. Okay. Well, I'm an engineer at Acme Corporation. You might hear this if someone's an engineer at Acme Corporation. You say, "Hey, Bob, what do you do?" Well, I'm an engineer at Acme Corporation. That's a yawner, as we say here in the U.S. Of course you are. Well, what if it becomes, I design high-tech fuel systems for cars so they burn less gas, which means car owners like you can save thousands of dollars each year and help heal our planet. Now you're a much more interesting person to talk to. Okay. Here's another one. Well, my husband and I own a landscaping company. Really? Well, that becomes, well, we create beautiful landscaping for busy professionals that makes their home the envy of the neighborhood so they can avoid the heat and spend time doing what they love. Okay? All right, one more. This is my favorite. Insurance brokers. I don't know about in Europe, but they are everywhere in the United States. Okay? Everywhere. I'm an insurance broker. I hear that one a lot. That's a tough business. That becomes, well, I help the people here in Sheboygan sleep well, knowing that their family, their home, and their cars are totally protected from natural disasters and accidents. Here's what you want. You want people to ask the question, how do you do that? Or how can you help me? Or can you tell me more? Okay. You want to create some curiosity after you identify exactly who your ideal client is. So here's the first strategy in the 5-part framework that I'm sharing with you guys. Strategy 1 is the market dominating position. Okay. It's the messaging that you build all of the other marketing on top of. When people land on your website, they're essentially asking the same question. So what does Radolia do? What does his company do? That's the conversation going on in their mind. Remember I said earlier, enter into that conversation, plug right into it, and you're going to get a lot better results that way. Okay. So strategy number 1 in more leads is a market dominating position. Let's go to strategy 2. Thumbs up, Radolia, if this is helpful. Okay, awesome. Awesome. We'll keep going. Let me check on time. 1:34. Boy, time go by really quickly, Katja.
I know.
I'm having fun. I hope you are. Hope everyone is. All right, so let's look at another strategy. And in order to really understand this, it's important to understand the buyer's journey here. Okay. A lot of marketing right now really assumes incorrectly that the person receiving the message is ready to buy right now. That is absolutely not the truth. The people who land on your website, if you have 1,000 people a month who land on your website, it doesn't matter what the number is, 1% or less are eager to buy from you now. They're just not ready right now. They're just exploring. They're just doing their research. And today we have information in the hands of the consumer, unlike before the internet, although I suppose one could argue how accurate the information is these days. But we have more information than we could ever imagine. And so the power now is in the hands of the buyer, you and I, frankly. And so the important thing to do here is to provide information to your prospective buyer so that they can make an informed buying decision. For example, the benefits of ownership. Why should I buy? Or the soon-to-be buyers, they're closer to buying. They're asking themselves, why shouldn't I do this? And so they're researching you to figure out, do they have any negative reviews? What are people saying about Radoye and his service? Here's an example. So let's look at some very tangible examples here. This is a typical website, okay? And this website is for looks like a financial advisor. And if you notice the red circles, the call to action, we'll call it here, is really asking for the folks who are landing here to identify themselves as now buyers, not future buyers or soon to be buyers. This is only for the now buyers, because you wouldn't get your free retirement consultation unless you were ready to buy now. You wouldn't call that phone number toll free or toll unless you're ready to buy now. You wouldn't fill in contact Gary unless you're ready to buy now. And so most of the visitors coming to this website are leaving and Gary doesn't even know it. Okay. So we want to make sure that we're putting together something engaging for those people who are not in that 1%. Those are the future buyers and the soon to be buyers. Okay. All right. Let's look at another example. This is a chiropractor. The only call to action here is call these two numbers. Unless you are ready and in pain now, and there are people who are in that category. Remember, it's going to be it's going to be in the single digits. That's the only choice you have. So again, less than 1% are now buyers. The rest are future or soon to be buyers. So give them some informational offer. Let's look at one more example. We're going to kind of redo this one here really quickly. This is a child psychologist website. This is the before version. And look, free consultation, call now. You know, unless your child is, unless you're about to leave them on the doorstep of somebody else's house because you can't stand to be around them anymore, you're not going to call now. Okay. You're just not. And if we've raised you both have raised children, obviously, because, so free consultation, call now to schedule a complimentary 30-minute session with Dr. Smith. There's the phone number. Okay. This particular website, our team redid. So remember that you want to enter into the conversation going on in that person's mind. So the video script that we redid looks like this. As a parent, are you struggling to gain control of your child's attitude or emotions? Is your child yelling and screaming at you while often displaying a belligerent and sometimes threatening tone that no matter what you do or try, you just can't seem to get under control? Remember, you're entering the conversation going on in their mind. My name is Dr. John Smith, and I help parents like you every day learn the techniques that will solve these frustrating and destructive behavioral patterns once and for all. In fact, let me prove it to you. Enter your first name and your email in the box to the right, and I'll send you a series of 60-second techniques that will immediately restore peace and quiet to your home. So, Radoye, think about this type of messaging for your business. Enter the conversation going on in their mind. As an owner of a telecom company, or maybe it's not the owner, maybe it's a chief technology officer of a telecom company, are you struggling with blank and blank and blank? Okay.
It's more likely to be something like a customer communication, technical support manager, something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Call center, head of call center.
Right. So now your website has your new messaging, like we went through before, and there's an informational offer on there that is, you're entering the conversation going on in their mind, and they're saying, well, why wouldn't I? Yeah. So back to this example, back to the marketing equation here. Are you sick and tired of the yelling, screaming, and belligerent attitude of your child? That's what most people are going to be thinking. I'm sick and tired of this. Now you can discover the secrets to controlling your child and instantly restore peace and quiet in your home. Learn the secrets to gaining and maintaining complete control of your child in less than 60 seconds. Who would not want to know that? Okay. Now you got to deliver here. Okay. You don't want to put something up here that you cannot deliver on. But the point here is that most people undervalue what they can do. And they opt for very generic and vanilla call now type verbiage and language and copy on their website. So learn the secrets, first name, email address. Here were the results. Before, they averaged 300 leads in a month. They got about 10% to call and ask for the consultation. About 10% of those, or 3, okay, became new patients. And that's a pretty typical 1% conversion rate. Once we changed to this informational offer here, the numbers were completely different. They had 20% request the offer, 10% want the consultation, and the average sale value of $800. That's $2,400 a month increase, $28,800 in annual revenue increase for this child psychologist, just by changing the way they message to and they communicate to the folks who land on their website. Just by giving the folks who are not now buyers an opportunity to say, well, yeah, I could use some of that. If you can teach me in 60 seconds how I can gain control of my child, I'm all about it. So think about how you can translate the same process to your clients, your offer, and the amazing superpowers that you have to solve their problem. Okay, so strategy number 2 here is to create a compelling informational offer. Make it available on your website and in other places. You can use these things on social media. If we get the chance to continue working together, Katya and myself, we can show you how to do this in much more smaller, bite-sized ways to show people who you are and for them to raise their hand out of the marketplace and say, my goodness, I could use some help like that. Let's talk. Happens for me every single day. In fact, it's kind of hard to keep up with. That's why, thank goodness, we have virtual assistants these days who can help. So, strategy 2, compelling informational offer. Radoye, thumbs up. This is helping. You're the only person I can see other than Katya. So, okay, good. Thanks for the feedback. That's one of the challenges about doing things online. It's a lot more fun to have a room full of people. You can feel their energy. You can see their smiles or their frowns, or you can feel the tomatoes they throw at you, one or the other, I guess, depending on how you're doing. Okay, one more. I think we have time for one more. How to build your business fast. We've covered 3 things that you can implement right away. You can start working on. You can always go back and watch this again. I'm pretty sure Katya will make this available to you as a recording. My favorite is, we'll call these joint ventures. You can call them strategic relationships, whatever you want to call them. But really, it's 2 or more businesses that decide to form a partnership of sorts, partnership with a small p, to share markets, endorse a specific product or service that their customers can use. And it's usually under a revenue share agreement, although it doesn't have to. Okay. The key here, guys, to creating these successful joint ventures is to find partners who service the exact same types of clients that you need or want, so that you complement one another, so that you're kindred and complementary but not competitive. One way to do this is to look at the chain of events that take place in the typical customer journey. Okay, here's an example. Let's think about somebody who's getting married soon. So this is the event chain for someone getting married. One of the partners, let's say the guy goes, I have two sons, they're 29 and 24. So I've just witnessed this. They're both getting married next year. And they told me when they were getting ready to go to the jeweler, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, Dad, these things are expensive," you know. So I said, "Oh, it's just getting started." And they've got great ladies, and we're excited about it. So they went to the jewelers, they bought an engagement ring. Then they go to a wedding planner, and then they go to maybe a church or some other kind of venue for the wedding to take place. Then a reception venue, then a wedding dress, and then a florist, a wedding cake, printers. You could go on and on. Maybe there's a limo service that they want to go to, so they can rent a limo and things like that. This is the event chain here. Okay. All right. If you look at the florist, if you're a florist, look at the golden opportunity that exists here. Everyone above the florist is in a perfect position to refer business to the florist. Okay. And watch what happens. Everyone below the florist is in perfect position to receive referrals from the florist. All right. This is something, and it still surprises me every day, that very, very few businesses do. Very few. This is money and opportunity for everyone that is just laying on the ground. All you have to do is call the businesses above and below, and it's very easy. Just call them and say, "Hey, I have customers coming in my business every day that I think you could serve." Who's not going to call you back when you say that? Okay. I mean, they're going to. And so if you think about it, could the florist receive just one referral each month from just one of the businesses above them here? The jeweler, the wedding planner, the church, or the chapel, the reception venue, the wedding dress. I'm sure one is a very conservative and reasonable thing. And oh, by the way, could they receive? Could they give just one referral each to the businesses below them? Almost certainly. Okay, so let's think about this. If the average sale price for the florist wedding flowers is $3,000, then just a single referral per month produces an annual increase of $36,000. Remember, you are getting paid a referral fee here. Okay. If the average sale price for a wedding cake is also $3,000 and the florist receives 10% referral, then just a single referral per month produces an additional annual increase of $3,600. Okay, almost done. If the average sale price for printing is $1,000 and the florist receives a 10% referral fee, then a single referral per month produces an additional annual increase of $1,200. You add all that up, and the florist is now earning an additional $40,800 annual sales just for putting the event chain together, reaching out to the businesses that also serve these folks, and putting a referral program in place. Every business should be doing this. Few are, so this is your opportunity. Okay. All right. 5-part framework. Again, more leads, more conversions, more transactions, higher prices, and more profits. So far, every one of the strategies that we've talked about all fit within the first part of the framework, which is more leads. There are a lot more. However, like I said, you don't want to boil the ocean here. Every business should have a quarterly project that they're executing on that improves their performance in this 5-part profit framework. Most businesses, if they're small enough, especially if you're a solopreneur, you don't have the time to be executing very many extra projects outside of your normal workday and the flow of work that must happen in order to make the cash register ring and deliver for the customers or clients that you have. So you have to be very careful about how much you tackle. However, what we do is we work with all of our clients to pick 1, 2, or 3 strategies that are very executable by you, the business owner, and then we guide you through that execution so that you can get that done. Okay, so guys, here's what you need to win. You need business and marketing knowledge, for sure. We're sharing some of that with you here today. You need a framework for measurable success. Remember, there's a lot of guesswork and there's a lot of hard work in business. You got the right framework, you can dramatically reduce it. I don't have it in here, but just remember, system stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. So if you're building systems in your business, okay, now the business is not going to own you. The worst position you can be in is to have an expensive job and call yourself an owner and be on the hook for all of the overhead. Create a compelling scoreboard, number 3. Number 4, make sure you have a strategic marketing plan, not just a tactical ad hoc one where you're chasing the next shiny object. It's amazing how many business owners I talk to, and they're convinced that they need to be advertising on TikTok or something. I don't know how they come up with this stuff. They see the next ad of the next guru on the next social media platform who's standing in front of a rented Ferrari or something like that, and they're convinced they have found the Holy Grail. It is not the case, okay? Next, make sure you're learning from the mistakes of others, because my goodness, we'll never live long enough to make them all ourselves. So get into a peer group of people who are achieving or have achieved what you're striving for, okay? Always have an advisor, coach, or a mentor. I'm an advisor, coach, and mentor, and I have advisors, coaches, and mentors. We're never the smartest person in the room. If we are, we're in the wrong room. Okay. I promised today that I was going to share a 5-part framework with you that will help you increase profits 100K or more without all the fruitless hard work and guesswork that you might be experiencing. I hope I've done that for you. I can tell you that if you execute on these ideas, you will see results. It takes a little time and work to get it done, but it's absolutely doable and really doesn't cost any money. Nothing I've shared with you here requires you to buy advertising and hope and pray that it works. I've shared 3 strategies you can start using today to get better results. Now the free gift. Katja, would you like to talk about that?
Sure. I mean, yes, we actually have a surprise for you, because we would like to offer you a 15-minute call. Well, first of all, no, go ahead. No, the 90-day access, that's the big one, actually. The 90-day access to the Small Business Marketing Academy, that's worth $600.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Then the 30-minute business breakthrough session. And 5 chosen to receive.
Yeah, I don't, yeah, 5 chosen to receive. No, there's no 5 chosen to receive on this,
5
Katja.
chosen to receive. Okay, but we actually have another session for you. It's like a 15-minute session. If anyone would like to contact us, actually, let me see. We're going to put the email address up. So whoever owns a business, a small business, a mid-sized business that is struggling, or even one that is flourishing, and you would simply like to raise your sales and gain more, then here you have the email address. It's info@auracoachingacademy.com. We'll be very happy to actually schedule a free 15-minute Zoom call with Dale and I, so we can get into your business and see what your business needs and what we can possibly do for you. Okay, so 15 or 30-minute breakthrough session. So I mean, we're there for you. That's kind of like the scoop. We would like to help you get out of this crisis and this uncertainty a winner. So that's what we're
Absolutely.
here for.
Just to be clear, 15 minutes or 30 minutes, let's just say it will be 15 to 30 minutes. How's that?
15 to 30 minutes, exactly.
15 to 30 minutes.
So if I would like to, because we're not done yet, I would like to ask if anyone has any questions. Marlene is actually saying super interesting. Thank you so much. Andrea is giving us his thumb up. If you would like to type into the chat, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask Dale or I.
We love questions.
Yeah, we love questions. You can always email us as well and Dale will be very happy to answer, or I will too.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And Radoya, thank you for volunteering. Hopefully it was helpful for you.
Yeah, definitely. It was quite interesting and useful, and I would say a lot of insights. I was thinking about my website and all the strategy, and I must admit that although originally I'm a business consultant, but I've made a lot of mistakes that I would consult people not to do.
That's one of the things that makes you a great business consultant, is you have made a lot of mistakes and you have the scars to prove it and the stories to tell that helps them avoid them.
Yeah. I remember once when I made a lot of mistakes, and now I don't do them anymore. And
Right.
that'll help me not to do them anymore.
You said you lived in Montenegro, but you generally don't live there. Where do you generally live? Oh, in Rome.
Rome.
Oh, really? In Rome?
In Rome.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe you were neighbors. Okay. All right.
Ostiense.
So let's see. Annabelle, well, she kind of lost the connection, unfortunately. Okay, so, well, I want to thank everyone for having been with us, for having spent that hour with us. And, Luca said he couldn't find, I find networking and partnerships work better than driving prospects through my website and social media. What do you think? Hey, we have a question. Thank you, Luca.
Yes, networking partnerships work better than driving traffic. It can certainly work better. And it is, however, it's important to, when you find something that works, make sure that you keep doing it, first of all. Secondly, optimize that as much as you possibly can, okay? However, don't rely, Luca, don't rely on one source of new business. And so if networking and partnerships work really good for you, then continue to do that. For example, if partnerships work well for you, then expand the number of partnerships you have, and maybe even the types of people or companies that you're partnering with. And as you do that, you're going to learn, and as you have more repetitions with more prospective clients or customers, you get your messaging down a lot better. You get the words that are written and spoken. You get to tweak that so that you realize, wow, I've got this really working well now. Let me go move this from partnerships to some other platform for acquiring clients. Maybe it's social media like LinkedIn or Facebook or something like that. And so that's one of the things we do with the folks we work with is what's working really well for you right now, what isn't, and then let's expand on what's working. Okay. But you're exactly right on, Luca.
Luca, can you give us your feedback? Does this answer your question? Could you type into the chat? Thank you so much, Dale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and one final thought there, Luca, is that many of the partnerships and things that you can develop, you can use social media to do that and your website to do that. For example, I use LinkedIn very, very heavily, and so I'm messaging and communicating pretty consistently on LinkedIn, and partners raise their hand frequently and say, hey, let's meet and learn more about each other. In fact, it happens so frequently, I honestly can't get to everybody. There's just not enough hours a day.
Yeah, I find that too, actually. LinkedIn works so well. It's a beautiful platform, especially for business contacts.
Yeah, that's how we met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Thank
right.
you, Luca, for your question.
Okay, Luca's saying, what is Luca saying? Thank you. Indeed, you need to tap into multiple sources of prospects, and perhaps social media and website are long-term channels that need to be oiled on a regular basis. Yes,
yeah, that's a perfect
very
way to
much
see
agree
it.
with you, Luca.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so it's 8 o'clock here. It's actually 2 o'clock back in the States for you. So thank you so very much for your time, for your precious time, for your precious strategies and advice. And once again, if if you would like to, oh, there's one more, sorry. Andrea, with present restrictions to movements and social distance, it is quite challenging to meet people in person. So to make sure you have the feeling they could be good partners. Do you have any suggestions on how to find the right partners for networking or partnerships and partnerships?
Well, for sure, we don't get to meet people face to face very much here in the U.S. either. At least I don't. And I use Zoom and other, I use Zoom mostly. Katja's kind of turned me on to this new thing here, which I think is pretty cool. Yeah, it's different when you're not face to face with someone. There's an energy that you just don't get, that you lose. I think the word for it is inquity. That's the energy that happens between two people when they're within proximity of one another. It's like speaking in front of groups. It's completely different. And so the good news is everyone's dealing with the same challenge. And I find that the way to work around that, frankly, is to learn to ask really good questions. The quality of your questions is going to determine the quality of the answers that you get. And so that's been what I work. That's been what I do. Would you agree, Katja?
Yes, absolutely. The questions, especially as coaches, we need to ask smart questions.
Yeah.
And that does, in fact, indeed determine the quality of the answers that you will get yourself and from your clients.
Sure, you really reveal a lot of the information that you're referring to. Is how do I know, that I am talking to a really good potential, business partner or joint venture partner or whatever. It's the quality of your questions for sure. Yeah.
I very much agree with you. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much. I think you gave us some amazing value, everyone. I hope everyone agrees with me. And thank you for watching, everyone. We have been streaming this on Facebook and on YouTube. Andrea, yes, he really appreciated your feedback. All right. And you have a lovely, lovely evening and a lovely day to you, Dale. And we'll be in touch very soon.
You as well. Thank you all. Thank you, Katja.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Bye-bye.